Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. So I've been getting a lot of messages from people to drop a video about trendline strategy. They want to know how you can actually use a trend line to trade without getting trapped by the big players in the market. So according to my trading strategy, I only use trendline as a trading conference. I don't trade with uh I don't trade with trend lines. But I'm going to show you guys how you can actually use trend line as a trading conference. How you can actually use trend line without getting trapped. So you've come across market structure, what we call market structure, market behavior. And don't you ever forget, you only use your trend line when the market is trending. You only use trend line when market is trending. That is, you only use it in a trending market. This is what I mean. You only use a trend line when you see price moving in this kind of manner. Excuse me. When you see uh when you see price moving in this kind of manner, right? Then you want to use your trend line because market is trending down, right? Same thing applies to an uptrending market. You can only use trend line in a trending market. You understand? And trend line is not just a line. There is more or less like a zone. You understand? So they act as you can use them as support and resistance as well. They act as support and resistance if you don't know. So I'll show you how they act as support and resistance. So at this area, yeah, it acts as a resistance, right? Price is acting as a resistance here. It's also acting as a resistance here, right? Oh, sorry. Some people like to draw that trend line like this, so you can as well draw it like this. So we're talking about what's it called? Downtrend the market here. By one price to shoot to the upside. Are you getting me? So it's acting as a support here. You understand? So trend line is acting as a support zone here, while it's acting as a resistance zone here. So let's go to how you can actually use it as a trading conference without getting trapped. Then I will show you just one example on data. Then you can just backtest about what I'm about to say. Then and what I'm about to show you guys, you can just backtest and see how you can actually use them as a trading conference also, and you start applying them on your charts. Understand? So whenever I want to enter a market using trendline as a trading conference, you might want to use it as your own strategy, right? Always know that when price is trending line down, for instance, you only want to sell the market when price move correctively towards this trend line. And this is what I mean. Let's say we have this downward movement, and you can see we have a push towards this zone. Then you are expected, what you see in all of those textbook is you have a point A, right? Then you wait for point B, right? You wait for point B. So this is point A, you understand? Then this is point B. Then they will tell you to sell, that you have to sell at the point B, right? Whatever. But that's not the fact. You understand? So when trading trend line, make sure you see your price moving correctively towards this trend line, that is giving you a corrective phase. So this is only when an opportunity is valid on trend line. You want to set markets here, just wait for price to move correctively towards this area. Then you see price pushing to the downside. You want to sell at this zone, wait for price to move correctively. If price is not moving in this manner, if price is not moving correctively towards this zone, then it's not a high probability trade for you to sell the market. Understand? Because let's take for instance, see price moving in this downtrend direction. See price moving in this downward direction. Then let's say price push to the downside, then move towards this area aggressively. Then price shoots to the downside, move towards this area aggressively. then this might be a trap. You might just see price move towards the downside a little bit, move in your favor a little bit, then you can see price push towards the upside, then taking you out of the trade. You understand? That's why I have to wait for this is one confirmation you need. Because after every impulsive move, you always have a corrective phase. You understand? Even if you are not using your trend line as a training conference, you understand, if you understand impulsive move and corrective move, then you know that all of those things are like car parks. All of these strategies are like car parks, and you need to join them together to make them whole. So when using impulse and correction, so this is the impulsive move, then you have a corrective phase. After every impulsive move, you have a retracement, which is the corrective phase. So you are expected, some people call this flag. Yeah, that's right. Then you are expected to short the market. Then let's say you have another corrective phase after this impulsive move. That's when you can short the market. So everything is in line with each other. You can see just in line. So I will show you this what I'm talking about on data now. I will show you on this particular pair, which is USD CHF. So let's take for instance at this zone. Okay, so let's take for instance this area. All right. Let's say I want to short this market. I want to short this market, and I want to use the trend line trading confluence. You understand? So this is how I'm going to approach the market. Okay, looks like let me use I'm not going to sell this kind of market because price is not moving correctively towards my trend line. Only this one was moving correctively towards that trend line. You can see only this one. So I'll only have this opportunity to short the market here only, right? I'll only have the opportunity to short the market here only, and this is how you take profit. You don't have to ignore the first impulsive move, just clone it. Don't neglect the first impulsive move because price will move exactly the same length as the first impulsive move or just a little bit more than that. You understand? So don't get trapped. This is the kind of move you see. So let me show you another example on data. Looks like I have one on card CHF or so. So let me check card CHF. Okay, so this is one. So you can see, let's take this downtrending market as an example. So going to the 1 hour chart. So this is the 1 hour chart. So you can see this is the point A, all right? Point A, all right? Then this is the point B, right? Then you are expected to short the market whenever price approaches this trend line zone, right? Which is the third point, right? So I'm not going to short the market if the market is not moving correctively towards this trend line. So I'm not going to short the market. So this one, for instance, you can see how the market approach this area. You can see price approached with a corrective phase. So if price was moving impulsively towards that zone, then I will not take that sell. I won't take that sell at all. You can see at this area as well, price move towards our trend line with a corrective phase, right? And you can see this area as well. Sometimes you encounter loss, not all the time. You won't win the trade all the time. So this is another corrective move towards that trend line that is not even playing out. So it's not possible for you to have 100% win. You cannot have 100% win rate. So you encounter loss. It's inevitable. There's no way you can do without loss when trading, and that's a fact. You understand? So a lot of people are running a scatter just for them to have the best strategy. Bro, there is no best strategy. It's the best strategy is in you, and that's discipline. You have to discipline yourself, and that's how you become a profitable trader. So I'm let me look for one more example to show you guys. Then that will be the end of today's webinar. Um, okay, let me look for a long okay, let's take this uptrending market for instance as well. So you observe this uptrending market, all right? So you can see how price approach this area with a corrective phase. Sorry, excuse me. Can see price approach this area with a corrective phase, and you can see I can gladly take this entry at this zone. Then it should just be in line with this length, right? This is the first impulsive move, impulse, correction, impulse. Then I'll clone this. Let me delete this first. Then this will be my profit target, right? So remember rule of flag. Your target has to be the same height as the first pole. So this is the first pole, this is the flag, then this is the second pole. So you can see, so you are expected to have another impulsive move towards this zone, but price is not giving you that impulsive move towards this area. So this is not a valid trade setup using this kind of strategy. So there is no trade opportunity here, and you can see how price moves towards this area. Can see how price moves towards this area. So a lot of people want to buy here because price has been respecting this trend line. You understand? So they want to buy. A lot of people want to buy, and can see how price move towards this area impulsively. So when spots when you see price moving towards a trend line impulsively like this, it's just a clear indication for you that that trend line is not going to hold. Are you getting me? So there are a lot of manipulations in the market by the big players. So you need to watch out for those things. So that's one I won't call it secret because it's I'll just call it tip and conference for you to add to your trading strategy. So you know when to buy from a trend line and when not to buy from a trend line. So take your time to backtest this strategy on your chart to confirm what I'm saying. If you don't understand this concept, kindly watch again till you understand. Click on like, comment, ask questions, whatever I want to ask, I'll answer them. These are my information. These are my information. Can get to me on this account. I'll reply you. Okay. Uh, hold on, please. Okay, so these are my information. And you can text me on IG or Twitter, whichever one. So goodbye. Have a wonderful and peaceful day ahead.